Good evening. We are going to do a few acrylic pours tonight. I have 3 set up and prepped, and I was going to show you. I've made my own pouring medium, and so what I have in here is 100 milliliters of Liquitex pouring medium, 200 milliliters of PVA. I used Mod Podge. 150 milliliters of Flood, the Floetrol, 150 milliliters of water, and I didn't mess with distilled water. I just used tap water. And so what I did when I mixed my colors up is I poured a small amount, and tonight I'm using mostly the fluid, the DecoArts Fluid. So what I have is I use 2 yellows, a Hansa yellow medium, and a Diary Light yellow. I probably mispronounced that one, and that one's right here. For the orange, I ended up using 3. I used a Cambion orange, the Pyrrole orange, and a little bit of Torrid neon orange. And I'm going to put these away as I name them so I can get them out of my way. And then I did a raw umber and a rich espresso in the metallics for the brown. I did the quinacridone magenta, and then this color here is a couple drops of magenta, a few drops of violet, and dioxine purple. I just wanted to get a difference between my 2 shades of purple. And then I have a big batch of white made up. I put in GAC 800 in all of the colors. And this is just a 6x6 canvas. It's gallery wrapped. It's a De La Rowney from Walmart. They're pretty well made, and they were 4 in a package for like $9, I think. I don't remember how much and so I'm going to do a negative pour, but I'm going to do a flip cup with negative spaces. I'm not sure I want to use this tray or not. And I have put silicone in all my colors, so I just used a spray of the CRC, and it's in the white, and I didn't stir it much. And I don't think I want to put the white in my flip cup. I think I'm going to start with some of the brown. That's a little heavier because it had the other. I'm going to do some of the purple and the darker purple. I may do a little bit of white because I do want to separate, I think, the white to separate from the orange and the yellow. All right. Getting some good cells. Add a little bit more brown. And I'm going to add a touch more white. And then go back to the purple and the pink. And a little bit more orange. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube, this is a recording of a live stream, so I am talking to people in the chat. All right, I think I'm going to put a little bit of white on the canvas just to start. And I'm not going to cover the whole canvas with the flip cup. I'm going to intentionally keep it more on one side, and I'll add more white in there in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm going to flip that. I'm going to add more white around and let it pour. Before I pick that up, I'm just going to let it sit and let gravity do its thing. I'm just going to almost ice the... I don't like these cups. Okay. Let's switch to the other. And I'm just getting my sides a little bit here. Where yeah, not so much a fan of the came out way more burgundy than I wanted. So I am gonna add some extra paint here in a minute. I'm gonna let it do its thing here. I'm gonna flip it around real quick. I am getting some cell action. Yeah, I don't like working in the pans, I don't think. It's too restricted. So I'm just trying to get these sides. With this paint. Okay, so let's try put that up in the water. All right, let's try torching it. Let's see if we can get some cells to come up. All right, so that's not helping a whole lot, but I think I'm gonna come back in and create more purposeful. I'm almost thinking it might look like a flower. take and tilt that just a little bit. And I'm going to come back in with some more of the pink. All right. Let's see if we can get that to make some cells. Well, I'm not seeing a lot of cell action. I don't dislike it though. All right, so let me set that aside. Like I said, I don't dislike it for a negative pour. This is what I watched a lady on Twitch the other night. And she did skins and she was making jewelry. She did it on transparency. I'm going to keep the bottom. So I thought with some of the extra paint, we might try that. I think my white might be too thin for what we were just doing. Yeah, the cells were not behaving. Okay. I don't think I want the pink down there. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is put some of the white in here and swipe. Let me get a piece of wax paper real quick, but I am getting some cells there. This will work. I want to push some of that white off to get a thinner layer. All right, let's try a little torch here. All right. So I'm going to set that, and that's going to be an acrylic skin. That will, and this one had some cells. If I can keep it flat. It's worse than, let's see. I'm just going to take some of this paint and combine. The purple I'm going to use in the third pour. So I'll just set that aside. And I think I can add this orange to the yellow. And we'll do something with that. I'm going to keep the brown the way it is. Those cups I'm going to save. I'm going to wash them out and use them again. I like those little cups. Yeah, that's a good idea. This time I'm going to put wax paper down because I actually liked that last time better. And then just throw it away or use it as skins. I really don't like these cups. So when they're gone, that'll be the end of those. And lots of baby wipes, Jean. Okay. I think this white's a little thin. So I'm going to add a little white to it just to thicken it. Because I felt like it was a little thin. Okay. And for this one, I was going to do a negative, but I just don't think I'm going to do that again. This one, it's the same pour medium, the same silicone. No silicone yet. And I'm just going to add a squirt in each color. And I'll squirt as I make the dirty pour, I think. But there's Prussian blue. There's phthalo turquoise, cobalt teal, yellow ochre, green gold, and raw umber with the metallic, the rich. And that's the same as this brown. So I'll just add those colors to that. And let me get rid of these little paints. What I need to do is move this stack of papers out of the line of paint fire. That'll give me more room on the table. Every time we do a pour, we get more space, so that helps. All right. So let's take the paints out. And I'll just put it in the tray when I'm done. But I'm not going to pour it in the tray because it's too hard, especially with my wrist. It's too hard to get to it. So I'll set it to the side where I can grab it. And we'll just do a dirty flip cup, which I think I like better. So I'm going to start with white. That's much heavier now. All right, and I'm going to put some brown. And dark. And I've got 3 colors of turquoise. They may not distinguish from each other very much. Little light. Green. Put some more white. Gold. Put more light turquoise. Brown. Really dark. And more gold. And a shot of green. All right, I'll move those sort of to the side. So don't knock anything over. Let's give it a little shot of that. I'm going to let it sit there for a minute and do its thing. Let's see, while we're waiting, let's add this orange yellow here. I'm just going to condense some of the paint in like colors. I'll wait on the greens and the turquoise. Yeah, it's the silicone coming up through the denser paints. These may be a little too thin. You know what? I am going to do this. See, I'm getting real muddy, but I am getting cells. Okay. I got everything on the corners pretty good. Just need to pick up and put some. Yeah, it's way too thin. I'm gonna thicken that pouring medium. I tried to use the recipe that Anne Marie had, and I don't think it's thick enough. Or at least not for the fluid acrylics. I think it needs more PVA added to it. All right, let's. I guess that's more in the water. But I do like the cell action. If I keep the cells, that's going to be the question. because it is very liquidy. In fact, I'm going to have to add just a little bit on this side. And I'm going to tilt it and pour it just a little bit. Alright, I'm going to let that one dry as it is, and I'm going to try to make sure I keep it real level. Okay, that one's sitting. Throw that away. And let me add these turquoises together so I can get rid of some more cups. Definitely too thin. The pouring medium was too thin with the fluid acrylics. If they had been regular paints, craft paints, I think then the mixture would have been okay. So I think next time I would add less water to it. I do like using the fluid acrylics because it doesn't take very many drops of actual paint, which is nice. Okay, let me get rid of those. Very limited on space. I don't want to knock anything over. I figure we can use some of the extra paint to do some skins. Okay, so on this one, it's a TCU canvas. It's the one I scraped off last time. So it's painted purple just to give it a little head start. And I'm going to do a flip cup. So I'm going to start with white, but I don't want a whole lot of white. Purple. Silver. A green. This is going to look white, but it's actually iridescent medium, like an interference paint. I thought we'd try it. This is a metallic purple. Let's throw just a little shot of that brown in there. A little bit more white. That'll help with the thickness. Okay, move those. Ooh. I'm seeing cells. I'm giving that a shot of silicone though, because I don't remember if I put silicone in those colors. And I'm going to do the same thing, I think. I'm going to do the flip cup, and I'm going to hold it over the tray. Most of these were DecoArts. They were not the... And this was an interference that had a purple. So I don't know. We'll see. It's not going to show up now. It'd be more that it would show up when it dried. Way too watery. Okay. Not not bad. And it helps that the sides are already painted purple, a dark purple. So I'm not worried about the paint so much. Let's see if we can get some cells to pop. Getting a few real little ones. The paint definitely was way too thin today. But this one's gonna get blacked out. This one's gonna get, I'm gonna use this TCU stencil when it's dry, and I'm gonna put it down with like a little bit of painter's tape and then black out the rest of the canvas. So actually I don't know why I'm working. Yeah, I'm struggling with the consistency of the paint. Too thin, I think, is mostly the problem. Let me put that over here to dry. And again, like I said, I think I used the mixture that she had put on her channel, Anne Marie, and I think it's too much water. Okay, let's get rid of that layer. And let's see if we can't swipe some more that's acetate. So let's do, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some heavier paint to this. And see if that doesn't help. And I'm going to combine this green with that green. And I'm going to put a little bit of the PBO green in there to thicken that up. I think it'll help. Thicken that up just a little bit. And let's stick some orange artist locked in this one. Oh, I fell off my bike, Shauna. So I'm wearing a brace so I don't use my wrist and turn it. My whole arm hurts, actually. We did groceries again today, and carrying groceries seems to really aggravate it. Found another canvas, so I'm thinking, let's see, let's pour this into there. That's trash. Why not silver into that brown? It's all metallic. Put this iridescent color in here. Found a big canvas. Trash. Yeah. I think I'll put some bronze and gold with the copper. I'm trying to find the bronze. There it is. I had a little of the bronze in here. We need to buy more of those. Let's see if that doesn't make them a little heavier. And a little bit of yellow in that one. And a little bit of the PBO. Just trying to thicken them up. And I have a dioxine purple. Throw those away. That away. Okay. Mix that. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to actually move this. This canvas was in a set and it's damaged. So I'm just going to play with it. So I think I'm going to try something different. I'm going to collage a corner and let it show. I think I'm going to use dictionary print. And some map. Actually, I think I'm going to use map. This one will be for us, CB, because it's got Texas, San Antonio, my hometown, Corpus. Well, not my hometown, but what I think of as home. Okay, so I'm going to get a smoother edge that way, I think, if I tear. So let's take gel medium. I'm going to pour some of this in a cup. And I'm going to give each of these paints just a little bit of PVA. Oh, that one got a glob. I'll have to dig that out. To help thicken them up. Put this down here. I mean, if we're gonna play, let's play. Oh, that's it. Said that got a glob there. So I'll let that sit for a minute and I'll stir those. And what I'll do is kind of like a negative space, is when I pour it, I'll keep the pour more over to this side. And if I put the dripping off the table. If I put it on the top surface, it should glide. Okay, let's take scissors . Let's wrap this . Around okay. I think that's good. Rid of that. Wax paper. Okay. Let me. Oh, that was dumb. put the trash in, the scissors in the trash and kept the trash in my hands. Okay, let me get my other tray. Ready. And another cup to mix in. Trying to clean off my hands a little bit. All right. I'll stir those before I add the silicone, because we add that PVA just to, that helps thicken them up. And some of that heavy body. I'm lost, cable. Oh, that orange is really, really chunky. Two sticks is not necessary. Okay. Two sticks in the purple too. It's pretty thin still, but I think it'll be okay. And that brown thickened up. Okay. All right, move those over. I don't have the push pins in this. Bye, May. Yeah, I threw the scissors away and saved the trash. Yep. At least I realized it. Let me bang these in for just a second here. So, we'll see. We have nothing to lose. Like I said, this was a torn canvas. I need it cut. I know that the paints were way too thin today. That seems to be my problem. It's too thin or too thick. turquoise, green, brown, the orange, some more white, purple. I think that's probably enough purple. Turquoise. Add the rest of that green. All right. Flip it right there. It's kind of okay. For this edge here. And do some of that white. I did cover up corpus. I may pull it back just a hair here in a second. I think I'm going to put just a little bit of brown in here. Okay. My knife. Okay. I might like that. Let me get rid of... I need to put a trash can under my desk. Okay. Just one little, and it did help that the paints were thicker on this. Definitely, I could tell just in how it's sitting on the canvas. All right, let's torch if we have any gas left. It does not want to stay on. Let's try the other one. Off. Well, I'm starting to say cuss words here almost. I don't know why this torch does not want to stay on. Finally getting a little bit of lacing. Okay. I actually think this may be one of my favorite ones. I'm not sure. I'm thinking I may add a lighthouse down here. To it. I really like all this. The other option is put some more paint and pour this corner, or leave the map. I mean, it shows Padre Island and Freeport and up into Galveston. So I could put, oh, thanks, Jean. I could put the lighthouse from Galveston on it later, like when it's dry. Is it, leave it the way it is? Leave the map? Okay. It's just something different. We have a little bit of paint left, so let's get rid of this. Set that on the table. Put this all back. Right, and where did I? Oh, grab some transparencies. Just use that back. All right, I don't have any white. Use the rest of that green. Purple in. Some of that brown. get rid of that. Not a big, I don't think I'm going to put the orange in because I am not a big orange fan. Alright. Some of my white. That I'd already mixed. And then let's take the knife. I'm going to swipe. I have a hard time getting even pressure across the knife. And these are going to be acrylic skins. So we're going to try to see if we can get that torch to work. Let's put some more in it. I think that's part of the problem. I don't think it's full. We're just wasting gas. It is the biggest pain in the... And this one I couldn't turn on. This one, the knob's not turning.
Come in?
No, she cannot.
All right.
Well, get a little bit of cells. See, and it'll work for a while and then it won't. Too much heat on that one. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is when these are dry, I'll put a coat of gel medium over them. Lay that on the table. And I'll be able to peel them. This one's a little too thick right here. All right. It's pretty. Let's see. And done messing with the torch tonight. I hate to throw paint away though. Trying to think what I have. I'm out of canvases. Let's just take well, I know I can do. This bottle is basically empty. We just pour this turquoise in there. For another day. And this purple, we'll make our own color. Of some kind. I'll throw in the white that we have. And that's trash. The orange will just have to be thrown away. I don't know what else to do with it. Alright, let's put the lid on this. Yeah, that's still a turquoise. So I'll just let that dry and I'll know that this is the one that's my homemade turquoise. Alright. Clean off this before it gets too dry. And let's switch gears. Clean off. I could barely open this today because there was white paint around. It's just mixed up white paint in a jar, but the white paint was around it when it closed. Okay. I need to get my hands just a little cleaner. Let me go wash my hands and I'll be right back. I'm going to actually stop that recording